What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out one of the latest robot vacuums from eufy. What you're seeing here on my right is called the eufy E28. Now of course you're only seeing the actual robot vacuum itself on my desk, but in the box you're also gonna get the base station for it, but the base station is a bit too big to fit on my desk here. Now, very interesting, the base station actually comes with a built-in portable deep cleaner. So if you need to clean a carpet, if you need to clean some furniture, or even the seats in your car, just to give you an example, you just take that portable deep cleaner, take it wherever you need in the house or outside the house, and you can clean anything. So very, very interesting, because this way you don't have to buy a second device for that. Now, I've also been using the eufy S1 Pro for a year now, or maybe even more than a year. So in today's video, I can also show you the differences between the eufy S1 Pro here and the eufy E28. Okay, so the obvious difference between the eufy S1 Pro and the eufy E28 here is that portable deep cleaner. So what exactly is this portable deep cleaner? Well, you get that brush out, you basically spray water on a carpet or on any fabric really, your sofa for example, or your car seats, any fabric really, and then you suck that water. So all the dirt from that carpet or whatever fabric that was will end up in the dirty water tank inside that portable deep cleaner. So that is the obvious difference between the E28 here and of course the S1 Pro. Now, the base station from the S1 Pro does have something extra compared to the E28. So the water in the base station is ozonated water. So that is from the S1 Pro here. So basically that ozonated water will kill all the bacteria, everything in the water. So the E28 doesn't have that, but the E28 gets that portable deep cleaner. And I feel that for most people that portable deep cleaner could come in way handier. If you're wondering about the noise level differences between the eufy E28 and of course the eufy S1 Pro here, basically if they're just going around the house vacuuming and mopping, you're not gonna hear a big difference between these two. They're both quite quiet. However, if you're using that portable deep cleaner that we have from the eufy E28, of course that makes noise because you need to suck that water back up inside that dirty water tank. So that will make noise. This will also make a bit more noise when it goes back to that base station to empty the dirty water tank inside the vacuum and empty the dustbin. And just as an example, this is how this sounds when it goes back to the base station. So basically when the E28 is sweeping and mopping, the noise level is lower than a normal conversation, so quiet enough for daily use. Now, when it goes back to the base station to empty the water from inside, so all the dirty water stays inside the robot vacuum because the robot vacuum constantly cleans the mop. So whenever it goes back to the base station to empty that water, that base station has a high power fan inside, so that's how the water gets extracted from the robot, so that's why the louder noise on that happens. And of course, if you're worried about noise at night, you can always turn on the do not disturb mode from the eufy app. It is very easy to do, and basically at night the robot vacuum will not make any noise whatsoever. Now, one of the main reasons why the eufy S1 Pro was one of my favorite robot vacuums ever since it was released was the roller mop that we have at the bottom here, this massive roller mop here. So the manufacturer calls this the HydroJet system, and the eufy E28 here gets the same amazing roller mop system. So this one mops just as good as that one. And as I said in previous videos, if you want the absolute best mopping from any robot vacuum, this system is the absolute best. So it doesn't matter what you spill on the floor. If you have the dry mess, let's say you spilled some coffee the previous day, you spilled some ketchup or anything like that, basically these two vacuums will do an amazing job cleaning whatever mess is on the floor, and nothing will be spread on your floors because everything will end up inside the dirty water tank inside the vacuum. So basically that roller mop constantly gets cleaned inside the vacuum so that dirt doesn't get spread. With the E28, this one actually puts even more downward force on your floor. So I believe 1.5 kilo downward force on your floor versus 1 kilo from the eufy S1 Pro. The eufy E28 here also has a larger water tank, so of course it will last longer. It doesn't need to go back to that docking station and fill up that water tank with the water. So in certain aspects, the eufy E28 is better. So it takes an amazing system that we had before in the eufy S1 Pro and makes it better. The eufy E28 here also gets this extendable side brush, something that we didn't actually have on the S1 Pro. So this one can actually reach all the corners. So if there is some stuff in the corner, this one with the extendable brush will basically be able to push everything towards the suction hole in the center of the vacuum. So it is able to reach those corners better than our S1 Pro. The eufy E28 also gets way more suction power. So now this has 20,000 Pascal suction power compared to 8,000 Pascal suction power available on the eufy S1 Pro. So whenever this goes over carpets or anything really, doesn't matter what kind of surface it goes over, it has a lot more suction power. So it's going to be able to suck up everything from carpets, thicker carpets, basically from any surface. And another improvement is this brush that we have at the bottom here. The manufacturer calls this the dual spiral brushes, and that effectively means zero tangling. So you're not gonna have any hair stuck on that brush. So it doesn't matter how much hair there is inside your home, you're not gonna find all that hair stuck on that brush. All that hair will end up inside our dustbin, and eventually it will end up in the base station, because of course the vacuum will empty that dustbin inside the base station whenever it's done a cleaning cycle. And of course the eufy E28 will also map out your entire house. It knows exactly where it is at all times. It knows how to go back to the docking station. It will not miss any spots in your house. And you can also customize pretty much everything from the eufy Clean app. So you can customize the suction power, you can customize how wet the roller mop will be. So everything is very customizable from the app. Not to mention, this also features great obstacle avoidance. So if you do leave some stuff on the floor, this is smart enough that it will go around whatever you leave on the floor. And of course, it will not get stuck. So to quickly conclude this video, the eufy E28 here basically gets all the cool features that we got in the eufy S1 Pro. So that roller mop that does amazing for washing the floors, but it does add a larger water tank, which is definitely a good thing. You also get that portable deep cleaner, something that we haven't actually had with the eufy S1 Pro. We also get more suction power. We also get that detangling brush at the bottom and the side brush. So anything that's in the corner there will end up inside the vacuum. So this one is better for a more mixed environment. I'm gonna say if you have a lot of messes on the floor, if you spill a lot of things on the floor, if you have thicker carpets, this one, the eufy E28, will probably do better than the S1 Pro here. Now, as always, there will be some links in the video's description so you can check out the eufy E28 and of course the eufy S1 Pro. Thanks eufy for sponsoring this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer whatever questions you may have. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.